Hi, my name is Sarah Wansley, and I am the Bold Associate Artistic Director at Northern Stage. I work with Carol Dunn, our Artistic Director, on programming. I direct shows on the main stage, and I lead our new works development. So my husband is an actor and a musician, and he actually was in 2 or 3 shows, I believe, with Northern Stage before I worked here. I would come visit and I had coffee with Carol and just talked about Northern Stage. She was just in the process of launching the Bold program and I thought it was amazing. This is exactly the kind of opportunity I was looking for, to be able to have a home base and an artistic home at a regional theater and develop all aspects of leadership skills. This is the year that I birthed both a musical and a human. And I think in a really beautiful way, it is the Bold program that allowed me to make both of those journeys. What's amazing about the Vermont Farm Project is it is very specifically a play about farming in Vermont and really grounded in the characters and situations that are based on real people, real stories that we met. And also, it is a musical about getting up every day to work really hard at something you love. I pitched Carol on this idea to create a piece really by and with the farming community. The idea of a new musical about farming is really was kind of a crazy idea and not something that necessarily she would have been able to say yes to without the funding that we received from the foundation. She bet on this project because she's betting on me. It took us 3 years from first interview to world premiere, which is actually quite fast. Hamilton took 8 years to get to Broadway. So we spent really 3 years interviewing farmers. I think my tally is we got up to 47 farm workers. We started that process not knowing exactly what the play was going to be. It was really just asking farmers, what does a day in your life look like? How did you get here? Why this area specifically? What keeps you up at night? What are the challenges? But also what keeps you going? The economics of it really don't work in the same way that the economics of theater don't work. We found a lot of common ground there. But we found that the farming community was very resilient and had a lot of humor. And so I think that is really in the piece as well. And the other surprising aspect was we kept playing music. So many farmers have a guitar or a fiddle hanging on the wall. And at a number of the farms we went to, after evening chores, there was a jam. So we were always staying and playing instruments with the cows. As we were talking to farmers, there was such an amazing connection between the way they approach their work and lifestyle and the way I feel as an artist. So my position is funded by the Helen Gurley Brown Foundation, and that not only means that I'm here long term, but it also gives me really, I think, a mandate to lean into my artistic vision and to create something new. Part of what allowed me to do that kind of long-term development is the commitment that the Helen Gurley Brown Foundation has put in all of the associate artistic directors to really develop that relationship with a theater and a community over time. What I'm really excited about in regional theater is that new work is being developed outside New York. I think for a long time in our industry, New York, maybe Chicago or LA were really the centers of new work development, and it felt like regional theaters were taking already published works and sort of giving them another life, which is important. But I think our industry is shifting, and I think Northern Stage is really a big part of that. We have monthly calls with the other associate artistic directors, and a number of the other associate artistic directors are also mothers. And so having that community of support to talk to and who knew exactly what I was going through this year has been incredibly helpful. Carol and I had a lot of conversations about what it meant for me to go on maternity leave and actually have the support that I didn't have when I had my first child. I was a freelance artist. I didn't have any maternity leave. Having a full-time position at Northern Stage allowed me to have a maternity leave where I felt supported and was able to come back to work with energy, with excitement, and just pick up the ball from Carol. What is next? What is next? I'm really interested in my next project to look at the ways that technology are changing what it is to be a kid. I've been thinking about it a lot as my daughter is, entering school age, and asked me the other day when she's gonna get a phone, and I said not anytime soon, you're 4, but what does it mean to be a young person in a digital age is really on my mind. I just want to say thank you for your support of this program. It has literally changed my life. I would not be living in Vermont. I would not have 2 kids. There's so many life decisions that have been made possible for me to pursue my dreams because of this program, because of the support that it offers. I think Carol and I are able to do so much more because there are 2 of us. And I think that mentorship just continues to build momentum for the theater.